Welcome back, guys. In our last module, we've explained the value object and its rules. And in this module, we are going to define all the different value objects needed in this project. Initially, all value objects must have a base class. So, let's go to our orderstream.product.core project, right click it and select add new folder. Name it value objects. Right click the value objects folder and click it and select add new class. Name it value update. This class is the base class that every value object like money, product name, email and so on inherits from. So here we are going to put public abstract class value object. Now this method must be implemented by the derived class. So we come here and put protected abstract enumerable of object. I will put get equality component. And put bracket and close it. This method also returns the list of all components that define the equality. Example. So here example is example in money. For example, we have protected overrider enumerable of object, get equality, yield reset amount and currency. And the example in product name, yield return value. These return values are what we compare when checking equality. So now let's define our equality logic. We come here and put public override bool equals object. We override the default object equality to apply value based equality. So what we are going to do here is, if we put an if statement here, if object is null or object.getType is not equals to getType, then we return false. Okay. So here what did we do? We said that if object is null, then they can be equal. If both objects are not the same type, also they can be equal. It prevents nonsense like money equals to product name. So we come to the next line and define a variable like var other is equals to object. Let's cast this on to value object. So we come here and do this into bracket value object. It's been casted. This is a safe cast because we already check types match. We now compare this dot value object with other dot value object. On the next line, we do using var this value object using var these values is equals to get equality component dot get enumerator, and we close it. We go down to, since we are going to compare both these values and other values, so we do the same thing down by defining another variable using var other values equals to get equality components dot get enumerator. So we obtain iterators over the equality component for both objects. For money, these values will be amount and currency, and other values will be amount and currency. So let's do the comparison down here. We'll have a while loop, while this value dot moveness and other values dot moveness so here we are looping through each property. So we said if this values dot current is null, yeah, exclusive or other values dot current is null, then we also return false. So instead of moveness, if we put if this values dot current is null, exclusive or, this is the symbol here, other values dot current is also null, then what do? We also return false. Sorry, I needed to put it down here. So the if statement comes right here, and we put it right here, and we return false. What does it do? It means that if left is null and right is null, like if both left and right are null, then the result will be false. Or if value on the left, if there is value on the left and there is value on the right, the result is still false. Or if the value on the left is null and the value on the right is exists, then the result is true. And finally, if the left has value and the right value is null, then in this case the result is also true. So what we are going to deduct is if one is null and the other is not, it means they are not equal. So now let's go to the next line and check for actual value equality. So let's put another if here and say if this values dot current is not equals to null and these values dot current are equal, and this values dot current equals to other values dot current. That's what we are trying to see. Equals to other values dot current. We also return force. So you put return force here. So this is our if. What does it do? If both non-null, if both are non-null and values are not equal, objects are not equal. So now we are going to end the loop by putting return these values dot moveness and other values dot moveness are not true. So I'll put the exclamation sign here and exclamation sign here too, which means if one enumerator had more items, they are not equal. For example, if I take money, which has components like amount and currency, and I'm trying to compare it with address, which has components like street, city, and country, the lengths are not equals because one has 2 and the other one has 3. Definitely they are not equal. Let's go to the next line and define another method here. This method will be the hash code and must match equals to maintain.NET contract. So you come here and do public override int get hash code. This will compute a hash code from all equality components. So here, let's put the unchecked and define a hash here of type integer and let's set it to 17. Go to the next line and say, let's look through it. For each var object in get or var item in get equality component like this, hash is equal to hash, the value of hash is actually 17 times 23 plus into bracket object, it could be null dot get hash code. Object is not null, that's why I put the interrogation mark. Dot get hash code, let this be obj, and we have 0 here. At the end, we'll return the hash. So this is our base class. What this code does is, it starts with 17, multiply by 23 for each component. Add a hash of each equality component. If a component is null, then we use 0. For example, We have money 10 USD, hash is A. We have money 10 USD, hash is A, same hash. And then we have money 11 USD, hash is B. So hash codes stay consistent with dot equals. So in the next module, we're going to create the other two value objects.